Hello and welcome to Deconstructing the Construct, episode 82. This one I could not do live, and I apologise for that, but I'm pretty sure you'll understand why as we go. Leading up to the full moon on the 1st of October, many of you would have been experiencing nausea or ravenous hunger, possibly even to the point of vomiting, a sense of seasickness, essentially, because you were in fact on the move. The visuals that are being received vary from a conveyor belt to decontamination chambers, but it's as if everybody got moved into the final. And I do want to say final in all caps, final filtering phase. And everybody was put into position, and that filtering process really kicked in on the other side of the full moon. All of those symptoms that you were experiencing should have gone by now. Now, for me, personally, I have the full moon on the 1st and the full moon on the 31st, and they are like bookends. They are the walls of this containment or decontamination space. Many of you will be doing a lot of things in this month. And it's all going to be centered around final. Again, for me personally, a cycle, a process, I don't know what to call it really, but it started in October of 2016. And it's taken 4 years, and I have come full circle. I am in a stage of completion. It ends this month. It's not a reset. It's not a repeat. It's not a loop. It's none of those things. It is literally the two ends of the circle knitting together. So this is my last DTC. This is the last time I will be talking on camera and carrying on, because there really is nothing left to say. There really is nothing that hasn't already been said. If there are announcements from home, which I do expect there to be before the end of the month, I will share them with you, but I'll just put the messages themselves out. I know I'm only talking to a very small number of people, really. It's only a percentage of the few who watch these videos. And you've got everything you need. Everything has been said in the One People shows and the Collective Imagination shows from October of 2016. And then in the Deconstructing the Constructs from March of 17. If I was to keep talking at this point, I'd just be continuing to repeat myself. It's an individual inside job. Once we get on the other side of October 31st and this full moon, I don't know what it's going to look like. I just know I have a sense of freedom. And it's increasing as the month goes on. And we're only on the 8th. That's what feels like it's on the other side of this. And for those who I'm not speaking to, really, those who are listening for entertainment value or just because they love listening to stuff that they don't agree with so they can argue with it or whatever, it's not, I don't want to confuse your narrative. If this narrative is not for you, then it's not for you. And I do wholeheartedly know that we've all written our own story out of here. And we all need to trust in that. We all need to remember that and not be influenced by other people's narratives, not try hedging your bets to see which one may be the most likely. Trust your heart, trust your story, trust your journey. Stop listening to everybody, including me, and go in, because the answers are right there, right now. So much has changed since October 1st. So many of you will and have already started to get a sense of final. Your own personal markers are being met, goals achieved, boxes ticked, and that will continue. Yesterday, what appears to be an ultraviolet in colour wave, well, it's actually going to be a series of waves. It's just going to continue to come in gently and gently and gently. And it starts at your feet and will work its way up the body very gently. And it's all about memories. It's all about remembering who you are. The clans are coming together. The families are coming together. The alignments that are necessary are these alignments. It's us, as someone pointed out to me. You may find, and this is not to say that there isn't work still being done. There is a lot of work being done. It has been done for the last week. I'm exhausted from the work that's being done, but it's happening at a it's being cleared for the collective. And some of the things you may find as a result of this is remembering who people are in your life, who they really are in your real life. It could be people in the peripheral that don't really play a major part in your life right now, or people you consider very important to you. You may realize they are very important to you at home. People that you think are important to you here may not be. You may find people who have drifted off over the years come back. You may also find that your world gets even smaller. For those who are energetically sensitive, you will start to feel or even see home around you, the people at home around you. What I get is that we are in the final hour at home. Now, how much time that translates to here, I don't know necessarily. Got some ideas about what it means for me personally, but that doesn't mean it means it for everybody and collectively. But I keep getting that we are in the final hour. The virus, the COVID virus, is to me nothing more than a metaphor for the virus that we have been combating all this time. And as Trump said this morning, there's a cure. It's finished. I have such a sense of completion. And it's a quiet knowing. It's not a razzle dazzle, jump up and down in the air excitement. It's this quiet knowing. As I said, a lot of work has been done over the last week. And there's just, I mean, I could talk to you for hours about all the little details and all the things that have been cleared and all the work, but there's no point, essentially, because the bottom line is it's where we're at, it feels like. The most important thing, I think, is to get to a place of trust in yourself. It's going to be wild. And these next few weeks, the rest of this month, is either going to be magical and amazing, or it's going to be really difficult. And that is all up to you. We are in that final cleanse. And your body is going to act as an almost instant biofeedback system. If you have a negative thought, a fearful thought, an untrue thought, a programmed thought, your body will let you know within minutes. There'll be a pain, there'll be an ache, there'll be an ouch. And when that happens, just try and remember what you were thinking about, because it's telling you that thought, that feeling, that whatever is not true. It's not congruent. It needs to be cleared. The other thing is headaches. I recently discovered that headaches, or was informed, headaches is associated with epilepsy. And I know epilepsy is associated with energetic overwhelm, data, too much data coming in. Epilepsy is associated with psychic abilities and all these sorts of things. So with so much trying to come in right now, your memories, your gifts, all of that stuff, and so little time to do it in, it can be tough. So if you find yourself having a headache, do your best to relax, do your best to do whatever works for you, whether it's get in water or sit on the grass or hug a tree or grab some crystals or whatever it is that allows you to help facilitate the flow of that information. Ask for it to slow down so that it's not so intense. May or may not work, does usually a little bit. And just try and get yourself into a place of allowing and letting the energy flow. And you will find usually that it does dissipate a little bit, or you can feel the pain starts to flow, and then the pain will move as it hits the next block, So it's not that there's anything wrong with you. And if you can get past that fear, initial thought, and just allow, the whole process is a lot easier. Some interesting little tidbits. On the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, when we were told about the pool has begun, and they talked about the negative 33. It's been 33 years since the cosmic convergence. There's a connection there, which I don't understand. I just know there is one. We were told that when the final pull began, it would take 4 weeks. And it's 4 weeks from the 3rd of October to the 31st of October. We've been told a lot of things that have, over the years, and I've said it before, the messages from 16, 17 and 18 feel relevant now. And there's so much that is playing out right now as the circle knits together. There has been, I should say, multiple confirmations that the white dragon that we've been waiting on is here as of last week. Oh, the other thing you may realise when it comes to people in your life is the copies and the decoys. This has been huge. So what do I mean by that? If you were destined, for want of a better word, to meet somebody significant, a connection from home, or somebody who you were just destined to do great things with, have an impact with, their essence, their signature has been copied, or even they themselves have been fractalized, and a fractal of them has been used, and then another person comes into your life, is inserted into your life before the one you're destined to meet. Completely fucks things up royally, hurts you, betrays you, so that when you come across that signature again, you will not want a bar of it. You will run for the hills. And you may find that there's been multiple decoys for multiple people in your life. Or depending on how powerful the connection may have been, it might be multiple decoys for that one person in your life. And this is why I say that it's strange how some people may come back that either you clashed with a long time ago, but now there's a pull. These are the alignments that are necessary. A lot of people are getting the message to buckle up, to ride the wave, to start, you'll be rocking. It's all these sorts of words. And I don't feel that it's got anything to do with what's going to go on out in 3D. It's actually how we're going to physically feel. Some of you are already swaying, rocking. Some of you can't walk straight. Some of you feel like you're on a roller coaster. Some of you feel like you've got altitude sickness. Some of you, it's personal. And how we ride this out is incredibly personal. It's very individual, inside job. And you've not, just trust that not only do you have yourself sorted, but so does everybody else. You don't have to worry about your daughter, your son, your parents, your partner, your cat, your dog. They've all got it. They've got it covered. Just do you. The time for waking people up is over. And it's okay. There is no one to save because everybody's already safe. Just work on and support, if need be, those you love. But just work on clearing your final stuff and support them in doing the same. And just, again, trust that everyone's got this for themselves. And I don't know how accurate this is, but it's an insight that came last night, and I am still feeling into it, but it makes a lot of things make sense. And I know it doesn't match anybody else's narrative. I get that. And I know it'll get jumped all over and attacked on them. So what? Don't care. But it actually makes sense to me. We've gone on this journey for the last 4 years under the premise that this construct got infected or invaded or whatever with a virus. And that we have been working in collaboration with home to end it. But when I think about all the messages that we've received from home, when I think about the doings that we've done, when I think about the work, the clearing, the healing, everything that's been done, when I think about how this year has played out, and this makes more sense to me, is that it's outside this place. It's what we are calling home. And beyond that, I think, that got infected. That is where the virus began. And that this place that we find ourselves in is quite literally a simulation created by home in order to figure out, understand, and delete the virus. This construct is the solution. It's not the problem. It's why new realms had to be created. We had to see, we created a simulation to see how far this thing would go, what it was capable of, and to understand it so that we could get rid of it. And we found the cure. We are the cure. And we did it. Makes sense to me. So I'll leave you with that one. It's been a pleasure. It's also been a pain. It's been a calling. But I'm done. In the best possible way. Like I said, I don't know what's on the other side of this for me, but it just feels like freedom. So this channel will stay up. My website will stay up. And I may just start releasing some things that I haven't before. This is bye for now.